Hello, Scorpio. How are you? I hope that you are doing beautiful, my loves. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina, otherwise known as Sinfulpluto. This is your February 2020 reading prediction. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited. It's gonna be a good time. So this is going to apply to Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And before I get into this reading, my loves, disclaimer. All right, this is a general reading. It's not going to apply to everyone, so please take it with a grain of salt. Please use your critical thinking and discernment. And most of all, have a good time, all right? Nothing in the future is set in stone, so keep that in mind, all right? The future is always changing, so whatever I say that, like whatever I say isn't necessarily going to happen. All right, cool. So I pulled an oracle card for you, Scorpio. It actually came out pretty quick. Like I was shuffling. First of all, I need to tell you something, but I was shuffling and then, like I do, whatever, it doesn't matter how I shuffle, but the point is that it came out quick, right? And I got the weight card, right? But before I get into this, I just want to say, while I was shuffling this deck, while I was just like tuning into your energy, I kept on hearing, well, not like literally hearing, but I kept on like thinking of someone saying, damn, tell me how you really feel. But they say it in like an offended sort of way. And it was just so funny because I just kind of like imagined the scenario of somebody asking another person, for example, like a friend or something, and they like keep on like pegging them on, like, tell me how you really feel about this, like, tell me, like, be honest with me, I can take it. And then the person actually says it, they're like, damn, tell me how you really feel, bro. And like it like they're actually heard about it. And it's like, I don't know if this is a Scorpio thing, I don't know if this is like a message for Scorpio, but I'm just telling you, I'm sharing it with you because I just thought it was funny. Like, damn, bro, tell me how you really feel. It was just so funny. So Scorpio, if you really want to know somebody's feelings about you, whether it's like a romantic thing or like friendship or whatever the hell it is, if you listen, don't ask them unless you really want to know, and don't ask them unless you are going to get butthurt, okay? Like, if you're gonna get butthurt about it, like, all right. So anyways, onto the oracle. So this card fell out and it says, wait, it's not time yet, things are being woven. All right, so Scorpio, in the month of February, it feels like you might be going on some sort of, or you might be doing some sort of project, you might be like working on it, or there's just something that you want to do. Maybe you want to reach out to someone, maybe you want to start on something, maybe you, I don't know, like want to start school or change your major or like make some major decision, whatever it is, right? You are being told to wait, okay? February feels like it's a time of not necessarily stagnancy, but a time for stillness, a time for things it's a time for you to let things happen the way that they need to happen and let things kind of fall down or like fall into place. I feel like things are still working out in the month of February. So I feel that whatever it is that you want to work on, whatever it is that like you want to start or like initiate, I feel like February might not necessarily be the best time for that. Obviously, use your own discernment, do whatever that it is that you personally feel is right for yourself. But I'm just saying, if you're trying to like impulsively get into something, or if you want to do something without really planning or like without really thinking about it, I feel like, the universe is telling you to like chill out for a second, to like give it a minute. Let things fall into place. Don't try to take, the power of the universe into your own hands and like conjure up something that, isn't ready to be conjured up right now, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, so let's see. Let's get into the tarot, see what is in store for you, Scorpio. What is in store for Scorpio in February 2020? So 2 cards fell out. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. Oh, I love that. All right, we have the King of Cups, which is it could be you. We have the Six of Pentacles reversed, which is the other card that fell out at the bottom of the deck. Queen of Cups. Okay, love that. But I don't like that Six of Pentacles reversed. We'll get into it. We have the Hermit, We have the Knight of Cups reversed. Okay. And then we have the Sun. All right. This is very interesting. Okay. I kind of like it because it's straightforward. I think it's a message that needs to be heard. Anyways, bottom of the deck is the Tower. What here? All right. So, Scorpio, we have the King and the Queen of Cups, which honestly I love, and they're both upright, which is just chef's kiss. But we have in between these two cards the Six of Pentacles reversed. So in the month of February, there might be an issue of reciprocation, and I feel like it's coming from the end of this King of Cups. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a man. It's just someone who may be more on the masculine side. Someone who is a little bit more not necessarily withdrawn with their emotions, but they're not the most expressive with their emotions. Expressive in the sense that they're like not, it's not even like they're not emotional, because they are very in tune with their emotions, and they know how to process and manage and handle them properly. But it's just like opposite from the Queen of Cups, because when I think of the Queen of Cups, I think of someone very loving, someone very nurturing, someone also very in tune with their emotional side. But it's just a different vibe. It's just a very different vibe. And I feel like with this King of Cups, I think of Capricorn energy when I think of the King of Cups. And I think with the King and the Queen here, I think of Capricorn Cancer sort of vibe, where the Queen of Cups is like the Cancer, right? The emotional, nurturing person, the very loving, not to say the King, but whatever. The very loving person, the very, like the parent that like, will just like hug you and like cuddle you and like give you all of these kisses, and you know, like this is the person that you go to vent and everything, and like this is the person that makes you feel safe and loved and all of that stuff. Whereas with the King of Cups, this to me is someone who's like is like the provider of the family, like the breadwinner of the family, like the one who they work all day and they come home at night and they love their family so much, they're very devoted to their family, like it's a very like a family man sort of person. But they're not the most like outwardly sort of do you get what I'm saying? Anyways, that's the whole thing. But it just seems as though there's an issue with reciprocation, and I feel like it's coming from the King of Cups person, because right under the King of Cups is the Hermit card, which is also the Virgo card, so you could be dealing with Virgo energy. But this to me, with the Hermit and the King of Cups, it just feels like this King of Cups, he's introspecting, he's reflecting, he's kind of taking his time away from the rest of the world, from the external world, from, you know, his life, his work sort of thing, and kind of just like reflecting, taking time for himself, contemplating and pondering certain things. And it's not necessarily that this king is trying to isolate himself from the rest of the world, whether this is you or another person, whether you are the king and the queen, however this resonates. It just feels like this King of Cups needs some time alone, needs some time to figure some things out. And it's not necessarily anything bad, but it just feels like this person is just contemplating, you know, this person they just want to be on their own. They want to ponder certain things. They want to have time for themselves to really kind of decompress, to kind of like create a new philosophy for themselves, or kind of just like question their own beliefs, their own philosophies, and like meditate and stuff like that, like create time for meditation and for contemplation and to get to know themselves better is really what it feels like. It feels like this King of Cups is just like on their own spiritual journey, and I feel like that leads to a little bit of a withdrawal within this relationship dynamic, whether it's a friendship, a family thing, whether it's an actual romantic relationship, whatever this is, it just feels like this King of Cups is withdrawing a little bit. And it's not necessarily anything bad, because if it was, then the Hermit would be reversed, but it's not. So I just feel like it's not like an intentional sort of thing of this lack of reciprocation. It's just like a matter of like circumstance, I guess you could say. And I feel like that's just something to be mindful of. And with the Queen of Cups, you know, she's upright, so she is also someone who is emotionally stable. And I feel like she will see this and will kind of like recognize that it's not necessarily her. She's not necessarily doing anything wrong, but I just feel like both of these people are like in different, you know, like different timelines right now, because the Hermit is right under the King, but the Sun is right under the Queen. So I feel like she wants to go out, she wants to integrate, she wants to have a good time, you know. Like, look at the difference between these two cards. The Hermit, you know, he's going in, it's all like blue, it's dark, he wants to introspect, he wants to be in the shadows for a little bit. And then the Queen of Cups, she's in the sun, she wants to be under the sun's warmth, she wants to feel like the rays of light and everything, you know. She wants to be with people, she wants to connect with her inner child, she wants to feel jovial, she wants to jump off walls. It's that sort of thing. And for some of you, this could be like a new relationship even, where both of you are kind of trying to come together and like trying to meet in the middle, but it just feels like this King of Cups just wants to be on his own. This Queen of Cups wants to be with everyone. She wants to have a good time. She wants to party. She wants to dance. She wants to feel jovial. It just feels like two different like energies, two different vibes is what it feels like. And neither of them is bad. Neither of them really is bad. But it just feels like when you try to come in the middle, neither person can really give the other person what they really need or what they want within this relationship at this time. And I have the Knight of Cups reversed here, which talks about kind of like a feeling of rejection maybe. So maybe one person is feeling a little bit rejected by the other because of the difference in like values out there at this time, or like difference of like their priorities at this time. It could also be with the Knight of Cups reversed that there is someone who is being a little bit emotionally immature about this situation. I want to clarify this Knight of Cups reversed and see what comes through. Yeah, I have Justice reversed that fell out. So this to me feels like unfairness, like just like not being fair as to how things are approaching this to me, or like as to how they are approaching the situation. Whoever this Knight of Cups reversed, whether it's the King or the Queen or both, but it just feels like this person isn't reacting very well to this lack of reciprocation, or to this lack of understanding, or this lack of balance or compromise. And Justice reversed kind of feels like their shadow side will be brought out due to this lack of balance, reciprocation, compromise sort of thing. And we have the Moon as well, which to me kind of talks about things coming to the surface. And I feel like there might be some sort of petty drama that comes up with this Five of Swords due to this issue, which I just feel like it shouldn't necessarily have to happen, because it just feels like each person is like good. Like independently, they're good, but when they come together, I feel like that's where tensions rise. So it could be that, you know, you might not be good for this person might not be good for you at the moment, just because you're in different phases of your life, which is completely fine. You might have to try again some other time, whether this is like romantically, platonically, familially, whatever this is, right? Maybe you just need some time off, because right now you can't offer the other person what they require and what they need in this given relationship, you know? And I feel like it shouldn't be something that is taken so personally. Does that make sense, darling? But I feel like someone's going to take it too personally, is going to take it to heart, and it just brings out the shadow side of them. It brings out the more subjective part of them, the more like emotionally irrational part of them. Someone like, this is like the energy of someone who's way too consumed within their emotions. And they don't see things clearly. They're not looking at things objectively. They're looking at like they're not looking at the bigger picture. They're focusing on like almost the wrong details, I guess you could say, and just taking it to heart when it's really not supposed to be taken that seriously, or taken that personally, should I say. So with this Weight card, I feel like for some of you, this could be like, you know, you might be trying to start a new relationship. Whatever relationship dynamic this is, it could be that you are trying to start something, or maybe you feel frustrated that things aren't really working out in the end, and maybe you are contemplating like leaving the situation altogether. And I feel like this card is just kind of saying, wait it out for a minute, you know, let things fall into place the way that they need to. Don't make any sort of impulsive moves, because I feel like everything will be revealed probably like by the end of the month, or like by like March or something, you know. So give it some time, you know. Don't act irrationally, don't act impulsively. Just like let things happen the way that they need to happen. Don't be so quick to like try to start something or to end something, you know. Just give it time. give things some time, and if maybe by the end of the month you can come to some sort of agreement or compromise as to how to approach this situation. Does that make sense? So that's really what I have for you, Scorpio. I really hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it resonates for you in some way. Let me know in the comments down below all of your thoughts and feedback. I would love to hear it. And with that being said, darlings, I will talk to you later. Give the video a thumbs up, share with your friends, family, loved ones, or anyone who needs to hear this message. Subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Give the what's it called? Hit the bell notification tone when I upload my videos. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at sinfulpluto.com. And the link will also be left down below. And if you want to find me on social media, you can do so at Sinfulpluto on Instagram and Twitter. Okay? I love you.